Hi and welcome. I'm going to go ahead and show you how to use ActiveInspire, which is the software used at Walton Middle School for the Promethean board technology. So over here on my desktop we see my icon here. I'll go ahead and double click on that to open up my ActiveInspire. Now again, when you open up ActiveInspire, you're going to be prompted with something called the dashboard window. And again, if you want to get rid of this so it doesn't show up every time you open it, you can. You just go ahead and check this box. I'm going to go ahead and leave it checked on though because I do like to see it when I open up things. Again, on the dashboard here you're going to see some various items. We see our flip charts, and over here I have some of my most recent flip charts I've opened up. And if I wanted to, I could create a new flip chart. I don't need to do that because when you do open up the Active Studio, it's going to automatically do that for you. So I have a flip chart right now titled Annotate over Desktop, which I'll go over in a little bit. Express Poll, which is a great way you can quiz students as you give them presentations and projects. Promethean Planet, which is the mother website of the software, which has different teacher examples you can use. Configuration, that's if you get any new plugins or add-ins for the software, and then training and support is just your basic help and if you have any struggles or problems. So I'm going to go ahead and close this out. We don't need this. Again, we have tool menus over here on the top. I don't really like to use the ones on the top here. I like to use over here in our moving toolbar, and again we can move this anywhere we want to throughout the screen. And again, if you don't like it and it does get in your way while you're teaching, you can go ahead and minimize this, and it's just a small little window here. Again, on the toolbar we have our main menu, which shows the same features: File, Edit, View, Insert, Tools, Help, as we do up top here. Just at a very different area in the program. And again, I'm going to make this big just for this purpose, but we're going to roll it back down. Again, my annotation over desktop, and this is a great feature or tool you can use when looking on the internet or going over tests and quizzes. So I'm going to go ahead and click on this. What it's going to do is it's going to show my actual desktop of my computer. And again, you'll notice here I have my pen floating around. I'm gonna need to switch that to my selection tool, my mouse icon, so I can select different things. I'll go ahead in one of my old folders here. I'll go into my religion folder here and pull up an old test, my religion test. So let's say you wanted to go over this with students and you wanted them to visually see things as you went. Again, this is going to allow you to essentially write on the test. So again, you can check off answers, you can talk about answers. If you wanted to highlight the correct answer or have students come on up, again, this will go ahead and highlight that for me. So again, a lot of different features and tools you can use in the desktop annotation, which is a neat feature. So we'll go ahead and we'll click this again out of there and go back to our flip chart. Again, another item here is the Express Poll item. I'll go ahead and click on this, and it's not hooked up right now, but Express Poll, it's a unique feature or add-in where you can quiz students as you teach them, essentially. And there's various options. Students will get what looks like a cell phone. You can ask questions that deal with numbers, so students could give you dates or answers to math problems. Our ABC here allows students to text you answers. So again, they have to show that they understand what's going on in class and they're not given choices. Here we have our multiple choice options. Here we have our sorting options, so we can sort things in chronological order or other ways. We have true and false here, yes, no, true and false. We have our actions buttons, which is a help menu essentially, and then a Likert scale if you want to gauge how interested they were, if they thought they understood things after completing a lesson. Again, up top here we also have our arrow button, and this is kind of in the way here. It's a little inconvenient, so if you do want to get rid of this, you can just go ahead and click on Express Poll again and it'll disappear. Or you can just drag it around to the corner of the screen if it bothers you, but either way is fine. Again, our little arrow button here is going to allow us to create more pages. If you notice right here we have page 1 of 1. Let's create another page. Just hit right will get us another page, and it'll get us back to our first page there. Here are various color options. We don't need to look at those too much right now. And then let's look down here at our tools and features you're going to use on a daily basis. Probably the biggest one that you'll use is probably the text or our pen here. Let's go with text first. If I click on this, this is going to allow me to type anything I want to into my presentation. So again, I'll go ahead and type Screencast presentation. Oops. And again, you notice here it's nice and big. It's pink underlined. Let's say I don't want it to be pink and underlined. So again, we can just highlight all this, and we can click the button up here. It's not underlined anymore. We'll go ahead and switch it to a more normal color, black. And again, we can change the size of it. If I want to make it real small, I can. Or if I want to make it real big, it's 72. Or even another size, I can go ahead and do that. So again, this text window is going to allow you to put in any sort of text. Our pen window allows you to actually write things. So this is good when students want to come up to the board, they can actually write on the board. So here I'm doing this with my mouse here, but I'll put my name here, Phil. Again, if they want to write things down, they can do that. Now, a couple ways you can delete different items. You can do the undo tool, which will do each item separately, so it'll go one at a time. It's kind of a slow way to do it. Or you can click here on what looks like a Windex bottle, click the clear, and just hit clear page, and that'll get rid of everything for you, so that'll clear your page for you. Again, we have our highlighter option, which I showed you on the test copy before, and again, we'll pull that up. We'll pull that up one more time so you can just kind of see. Here was my highlighter option, where I could highlight correct answers and things like that. We have our eraser option, where again, if I want to spell something out, let's just put my name again real quickly here. I can go ahead just and erase parts of it, so I'll just put Phil. And let's say I just want to erase some of it. Again, I can use this to erase things as I go, so I'll just erase the whole thing here. Again, this is kind of a slow way to do things. My suggestion would just be to use the Windex looking clear bottle and just clear everything. Again, our fill-in feature, if we want to fill in something a certain color. This feature here, connector, will allow us to connect different lines and make different lines, things like that. Now here we have our shape tool. This is great in the math classroom where you can kind of import different shapes. So let's say you want to do a math problem and the students are learning about the area of different objects. So again, here we'll go ahead and click back on my pen tool and we can put in, okay, students, the side of this object is, let's say 5, and this side is 8. Let's find the area for us. So again, we can write right on here, and you can kind of have students come up also and give you answers if you wanted to. And again, if I wanted to clear this out, again, I can clear the object if I wanted to. That would get rid of object, or I could clear the entire page again. One final feature is the insertion of media from files. Now you can do either video or you can do pictures. It doesn't matter. But I'll go ahead and show you how to insert a picture here. So again, we go ahead and click on this. And again, this is already under my resources. Let's say I wanted to go to my pictures and insert a picture here. So let's find my pictures here. And here's some old pictures I took about Rushmore. We'll pull one of those up. So I want to insert this picture of Mount Rushmore. There we go. Our picture is inserted. Now again, let's say I wanted to rotate it around. I wouldn't do that in this case, but again, I can rotate my object any way I'd like to. And let's say I rotate it, but it stays at a goofy spot. Again, the best way to probably get this back in order is just hit Control-Z on your keyboard, and that will put it back to normal. That'll undo everything. Okay, you can also hit the undo button here too, and it will undo that for you. Again, likewise, if I clicked on this again, if I had any sort of video I wanted to load in my videos, I don't have any here, but if I wanted to, I could. So again, this gives you the basic look. It's just some of the features and functions you can use in Active Studio. Now again, in order to save it, it's a pretty simple thing. Again, we'll just go to File, Save As. And again, if we just save it now, it'll save as untitled. So if we'll go File, Save As, and we'll call it Mount Rushmore here. I'll go ahead and save that. Now again, let's X out of here. So let's X out of all of our Active Studio, and I'll close everything on my desktop. I'll close my old documents. And let's say you were ready to start class, and you went ahead and clicked on ActiveInspire. There's two ways to open up your project. So the first way, if you keep the dashboard on here, again, you can just click on Open Flip Chart Mount Rushmore, and it's going to open right up for you. So that was our last flip chart. It puts these in order of how they were saved. Or you can go to the more traditional way and just go File, Open, and you can open it up there. And again, one last feature I'll just show you. If you wanted to, you could have 2 flip charts or 3 or 4 or 5 open at once. So let's go back and I'll open up my flip chart Roman. So if I wanted to toggle back and forth between 2 flip charts, again, I can go from the Roman flip chart to Mount Rushmore to Roman to Mount Rushmore. So I can flip these back and forth if I wanted to look at various things. So again, I hope this gave you a little bit better look at how to use ActiveInspire in the classroom, just some of the functions and features that are used. Again, I have it right here on my desktop, simple and easy to find, so hopefully you can use this within your own classroom.